presentation on healthy living. Our presenter is Dr. Davis of Integrative Medicine. He's going to do the PowerPoint for us today. This is in collaboration with the library, Montclair Township Health Department, and Integrative Medicine with Dr. Davis.
All right. So the topic of our presentation today is healthy living. I want to welcome you all. I hope that all of you all are doing great under the circumstances that we're living in these days. And I hope that you are adapting to this new way of life that we have here. Davis Integrated Medicine is very happy to provide this webinar for you to be able to allow you to be able to have information in terms of how you can maintain your health and strategies that you can utilize to be able to stay healthy. So we're going to begin. Okay, all right, good. So, how to stay healthy for life? Can you just pull that thing together? Tell them to keep the noise down, out, please. How to stay healthy for life. So, even during our circumstances right now, of course, it's much more challenging to stay healthy. The latest news reports that I have heard, and probably you too, tells us that there has been a surge in people getting the coronavirus in certain parts of our country, like Florida and Arizona and Texas and those types of things. Fortunately, I think that we're holding our own pretty good here in New Jersey. I would assume that probably most of you all are in New Jersey, so we just have to continue to be safe and continue to maintain our social distancing and make sure that we are utilizing safety measures and precautions as much as we possibly can. So I want to begin to talk about toxins, okay? And just let these people into the room here. Admit, and admit. Okay, thank you for those of you who are just joining me. We're just getting started. So we want to make sure that we eliminate useless toxins as much as we can. Now more than ever, it's just so very important to be able to eliminate as many toxins as I can. Our bodies are fighting so many different things today. And so we want to maintain a strong immune system, and we want to make sure that inside of our homes that we are eliminating as many toxins as possible. So toxins destroy human systems. They must be eliminated before disease sets in. This includes antibiotics, drugs, fluoride. We talk about fluoride. We talk about fluoride being in toothpaste. Try to use a toothpaste that is fluoride free. Food additives. We want to try to eat as healthy as possible. Food colorings, heavy metals, hormones, pesticides, plastics, and preservatives. We'll get to a slide shortly for those of you who are doing the grocery shopping. But the slide basically talks about how you really need to begin the process of reading labels. And when you go to do your food shopping, that you're staying more in the perimeter of the supermarket versus actually going down the aisles. The things that are in the perimeter are the things that are fresh, are healthy, and are better for you. The things that are processed in boxes and cans are less healthy for you. And so we want to try to stay away from those things as much as we possibly can and try to eat as fresh and as healthy as possible. The reason for that is because the body stores toxins in human fat, creating an inability to lose weight. We are, and we'll talk about it more in a little while, but we have implemented a program in our office that relates to healthy peptides to be able to help people to lose weight, because we realize the fact that people maybe are not moving their bodies as much as they once did. Maybe they're eating more, even if they're eating the same and they're not burning these calories, they're going to begin to put on pounds. And so we have a very safe program here in the office that allows people to be able to lose weight and keep the weight off once and for all. We'll talk more about that as we go along. All right. So the first thing we want to talk about is we want to talk about eliminating toxic foods. These are what we call comfort foods. And so we want to try to eliminate those comfort foods as much as we possibly can. In a day and a time when we want comfort, you shouldn't be getting your comfort from these types of foods right here. Now, the one thing that's on here that I don't want you to be frightened about and stop using, we found that stevia is a really good substitute if you want to utilize a sweetener. But we really recommend that you use either like a brown sugar, but just use it in moderation. It's very important that if you want to sweeten your food just a little bit, that you can use a little bit of that. But we want to try to avoid as much of the sugar as we possibly can. What we are finding is that sugar probably is, because we use it in so many different things and so many different quantities, and it's found in so many different comfort foods, that we really need to begin the process of eliminating, obviously, any kind of synthetic sugar substitutes. But we're also even limiting the amount of sugar that we take into our bodies, because we, in many cases, are not as active as we once were. So things like artificial sweeteners like Splenda and Sweet and Low and Equal, you really want to completely eliminate them out of your diet. They are toxic, they are man-made, and they're not going to provide you any nutrition whatsoever. And they're actually going to be very harmful as they build up in your body. Things like donuts and chips, fried foods, sodas, and those kinds of things all have bad things in them that can cause our bodies to age a lot faster and cause our bodies to not function at its peak. So we want to try to eliminate those things as much as possible. And, this is really a good time to be able to, since many of us are spending more time at home, going through our cupboards, just eliminating those things that are not good for us, because the fact of the matter is that we need to improve or increase our immune system as much as we possibly can. And the way that you do that is eating fresh fruits, vegetables, nuts, seeds, various types of mushrooms are very good. We'll talk a little bit about supplements that you can also take that'll really begin to fortify your body to allow you to be able to fight off anything that may be attempting to attack. Even when you talk about wheat, the dangers of wheat, this is your body on wheat. You notice that there's a nerve, a dendrite nerve here. You see the normal one, the nerve is nice and smooth. When people ingest wheat, it causes the sheath of the nerve to become damaged. So it's pro-inflammatory, meaning that it increases inflammation. It's neurotoxic. It's excitatory. It's toxic to the cell. It disrupts endocrine function. It also causes cardiotoxicity or toxins to the heart. So you want to try to avoid wheat as much as you can. We've gone through a real transformation over the course of the last 30 to 40 years, where we were all eating white bread, and then we said it was better to eat brown bread, and then we said it was better to eat wheat bread, and then we said it was better to eat whole wheat bread. What we're finding out now is that many of us have allergens or allergic to these types of products. So it's better off just to eliminate it. If you're looking to lose weight, eating bread is something that you don't want to be doing anyway. So we just suggest that you just eliminate it from your diet. We talked about sugar before. We want to just really kind of focus in on sugar and the fact that you really want to kick the sugar habit. Sugar contributes to more than 140 health problems, including obesity, diabetes, heart disease, cancer, and brain fog. So you really want to begin the process of eliminating sugar from your diet. You want to make sure that you are not ingesting sugar into your body, and you want to make sure that you are replacing it with healthy products, fruits, vegetables, nuts, seeds, et cetera, et cetera. You want to make sure that you're just Eliminate those things out of your cupboard, eliminate them out of your refrigerator, and really just kick that sugar habit. So the result of a toxic lifestyle will result in disease. We can guarantee it. You will have no energy, no exercise, headaches, compromised immune system, and many, many others. We talked about, we want to talk about acid versus alkaline pH balance. You want to make sure that your body is as alkaline as possible. We here have a alkaline water processor. We sell gallons of alkaline water out of our office. And the fact of the matter is that if you can begin the process of increasing your pH, understand that neutral is 7. Anything below 7 is acidic, which is really not good for you. It's almost like the corrosion that occurs in your radiator when it doesn't have the proper amount of antifreeze in it. It's very acidic. It can eat away at your car. You can also eat away at your body. So you want to try to begin the process of eating foods that are more alkaline. You want to try to begin the process of drinking alkaline water as much as you possibly can, because all of these things are going to help your body to fight off cancer cells, fight off diabetes, fight off various types of diseases, and your body will be able to live a lot healthier if it is more alkaline versus acidic. So alkaline is anything above 7. When people begin to drink our alkaline water here, we start off giving them water that is an 8, because you have to do it gradually. We begin a pH of 8, then we move, after 2 weeks, we move it to 9. And after another 2 weeks, we move it to 10, because you can't just jump right from regular water all the way up to 10. It will have a detrimental effect on your system. So you want to gradually begin to increase the alkalinity of your water. And the way that you do that is you just, every 2 weeks, just increase the pH. And what we do here at the office is you come in, you can purchase a alkaline water bottle. It's a gallon, and we will fill it up for you. We'll start off with 8, and then 2 weeks later you'll come back, you'll get the 9, and then 2 weeks later you'll come back and get the 10. And what that'll do is it'll gradually allow your body to be able to increase its tolerance to alkaline water. And remember that disease cannot live in an alkaline body. So the more alkaline you can get your body, the healthier you're going to be. Okay, good. So we talked about reading food labels. And the fact of the matter is that when you're reading, when you're going to the grocery store and you are purchasing food, you want to make sure that you're reading the food labels, okay? And so on the left, you see here nutritional information. You see the amount of energy it produces, the amount of protein that's in there, the amount of fat, total fat, saturated fat. You want to try to keep the number for the saturated fat as low as you possibly can. You also want to look at carbohydrate and also sugars. You want to try to keep the sugar content down to below 10 when you're looking at your sugar of items that you buy from the supermarket. You want to keep it down below 10. Dietary fiber, you want to try to increase as much as you possibly can, because fiber is something that's good for you. And obviously the sodium, which is salt, you want to try to get that as low as you possibly can. So reading food labels is something that's very, very important. Obviously, you probably all know that the first ingredient in a ingredient food list is going to be in the largest quantity in the product. If you begin to see things in the product that you purchase that you can't recognize or you don't recognize, it's probably something that you need to leave in the store. For example, this one, it has salt, it has maltodextrin, it has yeast, it has a raising agent, E336, it has an emulsifier in it, it has milk solids. So these are things you just want to just completely avoid. You want to be able to read the label of the product that you're purchasing, and you want to make sure that you recognize all of the things that are in that product. If there are terms in that ingredient list that you do not recognize or they're hard for you to pronounce, it's probably a good idea to leave the product in the store. Okay? On the right, you can see a list of the worst additives. And these are additives that would be listed in the ingredient list. It's just to kind of give you a little bit of heads up so that when you are doing your grocery shopping, and I should also kind of mention that when you go to do your grocery shopping, you shouldn't be limited as it relates to time. You should be able to, at least initially, have time to be able to read the labels, to see what you're purchasing for yourself, to see what you're purchasing for your family. So the worst additives are artificial flavorings, artificial colorings. These are things that provide you absolutely no nutrition whatsoever, artificial sweeteners. These are preservatives, BHT, BHA, TBHQ. Brominated vegetable oil is no good for you. Obviously, high fructose corn syrup is no good for you. MSG, which is a spice, which is not good for you. Cholesterol shortening, hydrogenated and partially hydrated oils. Sodium nitrite and sodium nitrate are things that you may see in meats. You see any of these additives added to any of your foods, you want to leave them in the store because these are things that are not good for you. Let's spend a little time talking about excellent food choices. Okay? Obviously, we talked about you intaking larger amounts of vegetables into your system. Greens obviously are your first choice as it relates to that. You want to try to have greens at every meal if at all possible. There's nothing in the world having a salad for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Some greens in your diet are going to be very, very good for you and are going to provide you with the nutrients that are going to help to cleanse your body. Okay, so we have things here like avocado. Obviously, nuts are good for you. Blueberries are an excellent choice of fruit. Eggs in moderation. Carrots. Be careful of the sugar in carrots. So we suggest that you eat the carrots and not juice them and just drink the juice because there's a huge amount of sugar in the carrots. So if you're going to just eat the carrots raw, that's always a good thing. You can cook them a little bit to make them a little bit softer. Tomatoes, also very, very good for you. So these are excellent food choices, things that you want to include in the diet whenever you possibly can. All right. So we want you to eat a balance of whole foods. So when you're talking about protein, if you are meat eaters, you want to try to eat organic or grass-fed red meat. That's going to be hormone-free. It will be a little bit more expensive, but if you're going to eat meat, you're much better off eating the grass-fed red meat versus just the regular meat that you get from the supermarket. You want to make sure that it's hormone-free. If you're eating chicken, free-range poultry. If you are a fish lover like I am, you don't want to eat fish that are in these fisheries, but you want to eat only wild-caught fish, not farm-raised fish. Legumes, nuts and seeds, you want to increase the amount of those. Carbohydrates that are not refined, organic fruits, vegetables, brown rice in limitation. There are also other types of rice that you can introduce into your diet and just kind of play around with. You have brown rice, you have black rice, so there are different types of rice that have increased amounts of fiber in them. So you want to make sure that you choose the ones that have the highest levels of fiber in it. Fats, olive oil, coconut oil, even butter in moderation is something that can be good for you. Water, you want to also make sure that you're drinking purified water. You don't want to drink water from the tap. And of course, the alkaline water is the best kind of water for you because it keeps your body alkaline. And you want to try to drink half your weight in ounces of water per day. So if you weigh 100 pounds, you want to move yourself to the point where over a period of maybe weeks, you can drink 50 ounces of water per day. And that'll be very beneficial to be able to flush out the toxins and also to allow you to be able to hydrate yourself appropriately. So water, and you can't, very difficult to drink too much water. So definitely try to shoot for half your body weight in water. Try to do it all at one time, but do it on a gradual basis. In terms of your home and the you use to be able to clean your home, a squeaky, spotless house brings a sense of pride to many people. But here's the truth: many cleaners and home products to the market today are making us sick, and we don't even realize it. We've got to get back to the basics. Clean environment. Look at your immediate environment. Green products usually are chemical free. So when you go to the supermarket, one of the aisles that you can go there, or the aisles that have the natural green products. There are many uses for baking soda and apple cider vinegar. In many cases, these two products right here will supply you with most of the household cleaner that you need in combination. So baking soda and apple cider vinegar are very, very important with your household cleaners. Ladies, be careful with your makeups. Read the ingredients. These makeups that you put on can be absorbed into your skin and ultimately into your bloodstream. Also, lotions, use natural lotions, and also be mindful of hair dyes. And make sure that you're not putting things on your skin. Remember, the skin is your large. So anything you put on your skin gets absorbed into your bloodstream. So just be mindful of the types of things that you put onto your skin. Keeping in mind that your skin is your largest organ, it does absorb anything that you put on it. So whether it's makeup, whether it's lotions, whether it's hair dyes, it is going to be absorbed into your bloodstream. So just be mindful of what it is that you're putting on your body. Avoid toxins in personal and home products. We will recommend that you use natural makeups and personal items. Use natural cleaning products in your homes. Do not use artificial air fresheners, dryer sheets, fabric softeners, or other synthetic fragrances, as they can pollute the air. If you wash your clothes in these types of things, it can possibly even irritate your skin. I know in many instances, people will change a detergent or they'll change a fabric softener and they'll find that they're allergic to it. So this goes to show you that what you wash your clothes in is something that will transfer and could cause a problem. So try to use like natural types of washing detergents, whether it be for your sink and in your kitchen, or also if you're cleaning your clothes. Excellent. All right. So the happiness health connection. Dutch sociologist Ruud van Hoven found that happiness appears to protect against illness. Even though we are in our homes more now than ever, we have to do things in our homes that make us happy, whether the people that are around us or people that you connect with via computer or telephone. But we strongly suggest that you stay connected to people. You may not want to invite a whole lot of people over to your house at this point, but at least stay connected via social media and via the different types of technologies that we have on our computers, and try to do it on a daily basis. The most satisfied people gained an extra 7.5 to 10 years of life. That life extension is equivalent to giving up cigarettes by age 35. So you want to stay connected to your friends, even though you may not be able to meet with them personally. You still want to be able to connect with your friends, get on the phone, get on a webinar, get on Skype, whatever you may be using at home. And if you have any difficulty connecting to people on some of these various types of platforms, if you have a young person, they more than likely will be able to help you to be able to get connected via these different types of social medias. But it's important that you stay connected. I cannot begin to tell you how important the power of laughter is. Even though we are in our homes more than we've ever been before, you still want to be able to have fun. You still want to be able to laugh. Laughter lowers your blood pressure. increases vascular blood flow and oxygenation of the blood. Give a workout to the diaphragm and abdominal, respiratory, facial, leg, and back muscles. Reduces certain stress hormones such as cortisol and adrenaline. Increases the response of tumor and disease-killing cells such as gamma interferon and T cells. Defends against respiratory infections, even reduces the frequency of colds by immunoglobulin in the saliva. It increases memory and learning. And a study at Johns Hopkins University Medical School, humor during instruction led to increased test scores. It also improves alertness, creativity, and memory. Please don't forget to laugh. Do the things that you enjoy doing and make sure that you include laughter in it. Very, very important at this particular time. The Mayo Clinic gives us 7 exercise reasons. We hope that you have some type of equipment in your home that will allow you to be able to exercise. If you don't, then you can just do calisthenics. One of the things that I do is I try to do push-ups on a daily, regular basis. Sit-ups, these are all things that you can do. Does not require any kind of equipment whatsoever. I have a jump rope, so I try jumping rope. Anything that's going to increase my cardiovascular system, anything that's going to keep my muscles nice and toned. I have the luxury of being able to come to the office where we have a variety of different types of equipment, like a treadmill, a vibration platform, these kinds of things. But it's just very important, if you don't have that type of equipment, to make sure that you're still moving your body. Even good idea, just in the morning, early morning, go out, just go for a walk. I find that morning is the best time to go out and go for a walk. There's less activity, probably a few viruses and germs circulating around. I still recommend that you wear your mask while you're doing it, but just get out and just begin to walk. So exercise is going to control weight. Exercise combats health conditions and diseases. Exercise improves your mood. It's amazing how a good workout, even if it's for 10 or 15 minutes on a regular daily basis, will improve your mood. It'll boost your energy. It'll promote better sleep. Remember, when you sleep, you want to try to sleep at least 7 to 9 hours per night. The hours that you get on the left-hand side of midnight are going to be more valuable for you. So my recommendation is try to begin the process of moving towards the bed, maybe like at about 9:30, and with the goal of being in the bed by 10. So you get at least those 2 hours on the left-hand side of midnight. Those are the most valuable hours of sleep. Exercise puts a spark back into your sex life. So we want to make sure that that occurs. And exercises can be fun, just having fun, moving your body, exercising, and allowing your muscles and your ligaments and joints to be able to be mobile. And remember that there are 3 types of exercise. The first type, the most important type in my estimation, is stretching. Just stretching your body, just making sure that even before you get out of bed in the morning, that you are stretching as much as you possibly can, stretching your legs, stretching your arms, stretching your back, turning to the side, stretching out your legs. Very important that you just stretch before you even get out of bed in the morning. And that can be like the workout that you give yourself before you actually begin to do something that is, whereas when you're going to be getting on a bike or you're going to go for a walk or a short jog, that would be aerobic exercise. And then if you have some dumbbells, you want to try to begin the process of doing some exercises that's going to keep your muscles nice and toned. The goal is not to build muscle, but the goal is to just keep your muscles nice and toned. So we want to just be clear about the 3 types of exercise you should be doing. You should be stretching, you should be doing aerobic exercise, and you also should be doing resistive exercise where you're using weights. Right. So the way that you slow down and reverse aging, you want to make sure that you have a nutrient-rich diet. So many of you all are taking vitamins. We'd love to be able to evaluate what you're taking in the office. Maybe we can make some recommendations. Maybe we can make some improvements. So vitamins, minerals, carotenoids, flavonoids, fiber, and oils. Healthy oils are so very, very important. You want to reduce or eliminate sugar, alcohol, saturated fats, and high levels of animal fats. Once again, you want to try to drink as much purified or alkaline water as possible. The goal is to drink half your body weight in ounces. You want to balance hormone levels with ginkgo biloba. It increases blood and oxygen circulation tissues, especially the brain. You want to detoxify your body on a continual basis. You want to try to exercise. I'm not suggesting you start off with an hour a day. Start off with 15 minutes a day if you have not been exercising, and then gradually begin the process of increasing that 15 minutes for maybe a week or two, half an hour, week or two, 45 minutes for a week or two. And then you've got your 1 hour of exercise a day. It's theorized it adds 2 hours of life. And of course, once again, very important, rest and sleep to regain and repair. When you're sleeping and resting, that is the time that your body has the ability to be able to repair itself. So remember, 7 to 9 hours of sleep, preferably 2 hours on the left-hand side of midnight. So can you hear your body talk? Is your body talking to you? Are you having any kind of pain? Are you having any kind of discomfort? Are you feeling any stiffness or any kind of discomfort in your body? A healthy nervous system is what controls and coordinates every organ, muscle, and gland in your body. And that's what this chart basically shows you. It is vital in order to achieve peak performance, and that is to keep a nervous system that is clear and free of any kind of interference. Okay? So what is the point of getting healthy if your nervous system isn't telling your body what to do? You take a look at the chart on the side here, you can basically see the spinal cord. You've got 7 vertebrae in the neck, which are called cervical. You have 12 in the middle part of the spine, which are called thoracic. And you have 5 vertebrae in the lower back called lumbar. Then you have a sacrum, and you have a tailbone or a coccyx. And you've got 33 pairs of nerves that exit out of between each of these vertebrae in the spine that literally control and coordinate every organ, muscle, and gland in your body. So it's important that these nerves are free and clear of any kind of interference so that your lungs can function properly, your heart can function properly, your stomach can digest, your small intestine, your large intestine, your reproductive organs. So everything functions properly. You've got to have a healthy nervous system. So let's talk about some things as it relates to the current situation that we're in and COVID. If you need to stay home, we want to encourage you to maintain a healthy lifestyle. Get into a routine. Maybe do some deep breathing exercises when you wake up in the morning. Maybe do some meditation. Maybe do some reading of your goals. These are all things that are going to make sure that you stay on point. You maintain mental sanity, but you also maintain a healthy body. You want to make sure that you include a proper diet. You want to make sure that you got the proper amount of sleep, and that you're exercising on a daily basis. Even if it's for 15 to 20 minutes, we want to see you exercising on a daily basis to be able to keep your joints nice and loose and moving. What are COVID-19 symptoms? Well, you probably heard a lot of things on the news as it relates to what's happening, and it seems like it's changing on a daily basis. But the most common symptoms of COVID-19 are fever. And that is the reason why we have our thermometer here in the office. People are coming in and they're feeling totally themselves. We'll take their temperature of their forehead to be able to see if they have a fever. If their temperature is over 100.9, we suggest that they not come into the office, but they refer themselves to their doctor to be able to receive the appropriate testing to see if they have COVID-19. Other symptoms of COVID-19 are just a sluggishness or a tiredness, a dry cough. Some people have aches or pains, possibly even nasal congestion, a runny nose, a sore throat, or diarrhea. As you begin to move through these symptoms, they are found less and less. The ones that are probably the most important are fever over a certain amount, over 100.9, and the tiredness and the dry cough. Those are probably the primary symptoms. If you're having any of that, you want to make sure that you get yourself tested. Are antibiotics effective in preventing or treating the coronavirus? And the answer is no. The coronavirus is a virus. Antibiotics do not work against viruses, but only they work against bacteria. However, if you get hospitalized, you may be given antibiotics in order to prevent infection due to bacteria. So the coronavirus is a virus. It is something that they're finding out can be exchanged from a sneeze or a cough. So when you're out and about, you want to make sure that you're wearing your mask. Purpose of the mask is to protect both you and also people around you, to be able to reduce the amount of spread of a sneeze or a cough. So how to be safe from coronavirus? Well, if you are 60 or older, or if you have an underlying condition like cardiovascular disease, respiratory conditions, or diabetes, you want to definitely avoid crowded areas or places where you might interact with people who are sick. These conditions make the virus more bold. The virus invades so much faster when there's a weakened immune system. If you have cardiovascular disease, respiratory conditions, or a diabetes, you're in a reduced state, and it makes you more susceptible to getting the virus. If you have a fever, cough, difficulty breathing, seek medical care early. Don't wait. Don't stay at home and just think that it's going to go away, particularly the part with the fever and the cough. If you have that fever and it's over 100, you definitely want to take precautions, prevent yourself from being around other people, and get checked. Avoid touching your eyes, nose, and mouth. These are very easy ways that the virus can be spread. We're recommending that people wash their hands for at least 20 seconds with soap and water to be able to make sure that you are able to eliminate any virus off of your hands. Cough or sneeze, you want to sneeze into your sleeve, cough into your sleeve. You want to try your best to not expose other people. Maintain social distancing. This basically just changed just recently. They were saying 6 feet apart is safe. Now they're thinking that maybe it should be a bit longer or wider apart, only because they're finding out that the particles in the virus are able to travel much farther. So you want to just keep that in mind and make sure that you socially distance yourself from others. Here we go. Wash your hands often with soap and water for at least 20 seconds, both front and back. Vigorously washing your hands using soap, and then obviously drying your hands off. And you want to do that anytime you touch anything that could possibly have the virus on it. Masks are only effective when used in combination with frequent hand cleaning. Alcohol-based hand rub or soap and water. In our office, we have stations where we have the Prel and other antibacterials in our office. So when a person comes into our office, they immediately come in, even before they sign in. They come in, they grab some antibacterial, wipe their hands down. Everybody in our office is wearing masks, and we require that if you come into our office that you wear a mask. So if you come to visit us, please make sure you have a mask. If you wear a mask, then you must know how to use it and dispose of it properly. I've seen so many masks laying around on the ground outside. Not a good situation. You want to make sure that when you finish your mask, that you dispose of it properly. I'm actually throwing my mask in the wash machine, and it actually came out good. It didn't tear or anything like that. So you can actually wash your mask. You don't have to get a brand new mask every time. But we wash our masks and we reuse them. So washing the mask on a regular wash cycle is going to basically clean the mask for you, and you can reuse it. Avoid touching other people. That includes handshakes. So as much as we want to be able to communicate with people physically, You just want to make sure that you avoid handshakes in our office. We basically do elbow bumps, and we all are wearing our masks. So we're very mindful that we can't do the same things that we used to do um, just 6 months ago. It's normal to feel sad, stressed, confused, scared, or angry during a crisis. We want you to be able to connect it to people. Talk to people you trust, such as your friends, your family, or your fellow community members. We have a very supportive staff here in our office. We have a great time here. We know that for many of our patients coming to our office to receive their treatment or receive a consultation or examination is the only time that they'll get out of the office. So we have a very friendly staff here. We love chatting with people. We love interacting with our patients. And so we do a lot of that here, and it's very positive. Oh, and this is a big one. Take a break from the news. Many people, unfortunately, have the news running all day long. They're just constantly being bombarded by bad news. It can be upsetting. So my recommendation is 20 minutes of news a day, and then shut it off. Put on maybe your favorite music, maybe watch a favorite TV show, but you don't want to overload yourself with news, because news is just the constant news cycle, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Unfortunately, 90% of the information and the content is negative. So you want to make sure you just take a break from the news, just shut the TV off, or put some great music on, or watch something else other than the news. You deserve it. Make time to unwind. Use a few minutes every day to do something that you enjoy. We have a lot more time on our hands at home. So you maybe want to take up a hobby or do something that you really didn't have time to do before. So make the appropriate plans to be able to unwind and do something that you enjoy, since we're spending so much more time at home. Take care of your body, okay? We highly recommend that you take care of your body, take a bubble bath, take a nice hot shower, have some quiet time, meditate, prepare balanced meals, do some deep breathing exercises. And these are all things that are going to help you so that when things eventually do open up, you will have a healthy mind, body, and spirit. So each of you all who are on our webinar, and I know some of you all came on a little bit later. I want to thank everybody for being on. I'm really very privileged to be able to have this opportunity to be able to talk to you. We want to offer each and every one of you all the gift of health. The gift of health basically is an opportunity for you to be able to come into our office, no obligation, and allows you to be able to see the services that we provide here. We'll do a complimentary consultation with you, find out what types of problems that you're having, and then direct you to the appropriate provider. Am I giving you this gift? Because I don't want anything to get in the way of us finding out how we can help you. Our purpose is to help as many people as possible, and we don't want to have any barriers. I have been doing this for 38 years, and we've helped thousands and thousands and thousands of people. So we want to be able to help you. We have a very happy, thoughtful staff here, and we'd love to be able to provide a complimentary consultation for anybody who would like to come in who is dealing with any kind of health problem, whether it's a weight issue or any other type of health problem that they may be having. There are 4 reasons to accept our gift. Number 1, if you do have a health problem, it will probably get worse over time if it's not treated. Number 2, you'll feel great if we can improve your health and eliminate your symptoms. Feeling great is what life is really all about. Number 3, we're not going to waste your time or your money. If we can't help you, we will let you know, and we will refer you to someone who can. And then number 4, you have nothing to lose because we're going to do the consultation and the screening for you at absolutely no charge. If we cannot help you, if I never see you again, so I want to invite you to come to the clinic at no charge to determine if we can find the true cause of your health problem. Some doctors will charge up to $300 for the time I'm going to spend with you. I'm not going to charge you anything. We'll conduct an extremely thorough consultation with you, perform several tests to determine why you are malfunctioning, and then refer you off to the appropriate provider. The only thing that I ask is that you want to come to see my office, so please make your appointment today before you leave. I believe you all received these surveys. If you'd like to be able to come into our office, just check the box that says I'd like to come to the Wellness Center for a free consultation and screening. We'll have the appropriate people get those back to us, and then we'll get you scheduled to come in for a complimentary consultation. Caveat, please keep your appointment time. I'll do reserve an hour for you, so please only schedule if there's nothing preventing you from coming in at that time. This offer is good for your family. We work with most major medical insurances, and we also do discount cash pay. This is a listing of our services that we provide in our office. We have wellness consultants. We have a physical therapist. We have medical regenerative medicine. We have acupuncture, massage therapy, chiropractic. The newest thing that we've introduced into our office is peptide therapy, which is an amazing therapy that helps people with so many different problems. We do weight loss management, diabetes and fibromyalgia treatment, and also spinal decompression. This is a little bit about me. I went to New York Chiropractic College. I have my diplomate in pain management, also my diplomate in sports injuries. I worked in different hospitals, and we would love to be able to provide health and wellness workshops to your businesses, churches, organizations. These workshops focus on all natural solutions to health problems and look at natural and drug-free ways to stay healthy. I want to thank you all very much. We're a great audience. I want to thank you for attending our workshop. If anybody has any questions, I'm sure that there's a way for me to be able to do that. So we'll try to investigate that. I want to thank the Montclair Public Library for giving me the opportunity to be able to share this information with you. And I hope this is the beginning of something that will occur on a regular basis. I really look forward to seeing you guys again. And if you have any questions, you can, I guess, ask them. I'm not really sure exactly how to do this because I'm kind of new to this technology, but I would love to be able to answer any questions that you may have, right? And I'll turn it over to our hostess.